Let's talk about gaming. Game Collab did this lovely little indie game showcase thing that honestly took me the better part of the whole entire weekend to find. Didn't even find it till like Sunday afternoon because I just kept getting, even with good directions, I just couldn't figure out in the West building of Phoenix Convention Center where it was at. But first thing I did was I went to talk to Razor Edge Games' Mike Weiser, their lead person and CEO of the company. We talked about Epocalypse: The Afterfall. I don't like the term hardcore, but it's a term we're going to use here. But it's a hardcore style, like permadeath, exploration survival kind of styled game. And I really have kind of grown fond of it. The fact of how they're trying to do community involvement is really interesting. Now, I only got to talk to them for like 4 minutes because by the time I found the room, it was like 10 minutes before my interview with Jeff Notkin, so I kind of had to rush things a little. I'm hoping to talk to them more, maybe do some developer play kind of things that we've had ideas for a while. But what is cool is if you use this lovely little code, which I don't know if you'll be able to read, so I'm going to read it off to you, CEOL63, take that code, go to razoredgegames.com/forum, register, put that code in as your referral code, and you will get, I think my understanding is some constant calibrating stuff in game. We still have to talk to them to actually understand what that is. I don't know if that'll just like make graffiti. You can like do a spray of our things, or if you get a shirt. I really don't know. But make sure if you want to check out the games, you go to razoredgegames.com/forum. CEOL63 is your referral code. That lets them know that we sent you. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna work with them in the future, maybe on streams or let's plays or just some fun little content for you guys. I'm gonna rush a little bit more because I've been going on for a while now. I talked to Jeff Spoonhauer, who does the art, sound, and other stuff for this lovely little game, Anew. It's Anew: The Distant Light. So I don't know if you can actually see this very well. Hopefully I can find some B-roll of it to include here, but Anew is a Metroidvania style game, Shadow Complex kind of thing, where you are, as an infant, are put on a spacecraft in hypersleep because some cataclysmic event happens. You don't know what it is. You wake up and find that your co-pilot, I assume another baby that grew up, is now missing. And yeah, in very Shadow Complex Metroidvania style, you explore. I never really played Metroid games or Castlevania. I played them very limitedly. But I love the hell out of Shadow Complex, so definitely want to check out this game. The art style is gorgeous. The music is absolutely just stunning. Let's just leave it as that. It evokes a lot of familiar sounds, which makes sense since one of the people working on the music is someone who worked on music for Star Wars Galaxies, something that has a huge impact on me. So we got that game. Next, we're going to talk about Reflections from Broken Window Studios. Reflections is a game I chatted with Tristan Parishmore, and we talked about how the game is going to allow you in a very kind of gone home fashion, similar to you're going to live out your life, certain events in your life, and the little things you do are going to add color to the world, but it's also going to add an effect where it's going to change the story moving forward. Now, there's going to be different paths and things like that. That game, I believe, goes into early access at the end of this month. We'll be doing streams on it, but the cool thing about it is they're tapping into new innovative technologies, and they're going to have, I think it's an infrared sensor that detects your eye movement within about an inch movement, and you can control the game that way. And in addition to just controlling the game, it'll show people like if you're streaming, like how slow you're reading, how fast you're reading. It may add some fun situations in a game that may not necessarily be comedic at its core, but we're going to check that out. Just got some codes for it, so look for a stream at twitch.tv/constantly moving forward. We're going to do more stuff with them as well. Planetoid Pioneers, another one. I only checked that a little bit. Got a very brief demo of it. Sadly, no interview, much like with Anew. My voice was gone by the end of Sunday. I was able to talk, but I couldn't do, my interview voice where I was enunciating and speaking more clearly, which is much like this vlog where I'm just kind of rambling a lot. But Planetoid Pioneers, think kind of, Starbound or Terraria. It evokes a lot of similarity to that, but with movement that's very reminiscent of QWOP. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's another locally made Arizona game that I want to get my hands on and get someone from my team's hands on so we could play around with, because it looks like it'd be a lot of fun exploring this world. The final thing is Crazy Make-em-ups. Crazy Make-em-ups did this lovely little scavenger hunt at the event, which you can see I didn't complete. It was to win a bunch of stuff. What I did do is I bought their deluxe edition of their base game, and haven't had a chance to really play it because, this is a drinking game, and I'm a now 31-year-old man as of yesterday who has a 17-month-old kid and a wife who doesn't particularly like drinking. I mean, I don't even drink all that much, so buying it may have not been my wisest decision, but the reason I did it, that Todd, the creator of the game, sold me on it, simply put. It's a game that has drinking cards and clothing-related cards. Like, some crazy shit happens. Like, if you look at the website, like, they have pictures of people's parties, and a lot of fun stuff has happened at those parties, and fun depending, but at its base thing, the game, it can just be a fun little, like, dare kind of game, I guess, is the best way to do it. You make poor decisions and things like that, but as you add cards in, because you could take any individual card out or type of card out, so you have, like, you could play this game with people you randomly met at a con, and then, some friends, so you were good friends, and then you got, like, your friends who, you've just accepted the fact that you're going to see them naked, and your friendship's never going to be the same again. It kind of works in that mindset. I definitely look to get my hands on and actually really play with it. This is a tabletop kind of card game, but the cool thing is if you really just don't like a card, maybe it really just offends you or just, you're not going to use it, you could send it back to them and they'll send you back a brand new rule card that maybe fits your play style better. And I like that, working with fans. Final thing I'm going to get into is cosplay. Just going to touch on that really briefly. A lot of cool cosplay at the event. You could just check that out in our album, facebook.com/constantcalibrating. The DC Sirens Cyber cosplay is a cosplay I really enjoyed seeing at the event, which is no surprise because it's one that featuring Itty Bitty Geek and Natalie Arvizu, both friends of mine, and several others. The costumes were designed by Maisie Design Seamstress, based on designs from Genevieve Broomhall. And one of my favorite things. There was also some really cool different like Pokemon kind of things, but again, it's all in our photo album that you can go see there. So, make sure you check out all of our Phoenix Comicon coverage. You can find right here, youtube.com/ConCalPod. We're going to be discussing stuff haphazardly over the next couple of weeks throughout it, including our E3 coverage, which make sure you check out. You can find some of that on our live streams, twitch.tv/constantcalibrating, constantcalibrating.com, facebook.com/constantcalibrating. At ConCalPod on Twitter. I'm personally at Bear Punch on Twitter if you want to read my thoughts. I operate both of the Twitters, so, you'll see my thoughts on Bear Punch and a lot of retweeted of that on ConCalPod and vice versa. That being said, this vlog is an experiment. There's going to be some haphazard editing, some haphazard thoughts, and things of that. I want to do more of these. I'd like to do one possibly related to E3. I'd like to do one before RTX, during RTX, after RTX. And things of that nature. I'd like to also potentially have, maybe Justin do one or Thad do one. So I want to know your thoughts on this. Obviously, again, this is a pilot. It's going to be way longer than the other ones. I intend these to be under 10 minutes moving forward. This was just, again, experimenting. We're learning the new things. We're learning about each other. So let me know if you want us to keep doing these, if you want to change of the style, what you think of the style, what you think of my thoughts. All those things, you could just let us know in the comments. You can also just email us at info@constantcalibrating.com. So make sure to do that. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, I bid you good sign off.